Tonight, we begin with a story not of armies or battlefields, but of digital currencies, shifting alliances, and the pursuit of economic sovereignty in a world that is evolving rapidly. The United States, which has long been the leader of global finance, may have experienced a significant shift, a contest not fought with weapons, but with code, policy, and technological innovation. This was a competition involving payment systems, digital infrastructure, and financial influence, rather than military force or traditional power. For many years, American influence was supported by the world's reliance on the US dollar and the extensive network of systems it managed, including SWIFT and global trade settlements. However, this reliance is gradually decreasing as countries invest in parallel structures, new technologies, and alternative networks to reduce their exposure. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have collaborated to develop a system that enables them to function independently of US-controlled financial networks, establishing a new direction. This development represents a significant challenge to the post-World War II financial order, which has influenced the global economy for nearly 80 years. The ability to block transactions and limit access was once a key US advantage, but now, credible alternatives are appearing, providing countries with additional choices. The BRICS Bridge is the result of years of coordinated effort and diplomacy, allowing a substantial portion of the global economy to operate outside of Washington's influence for the first time. In this context, the financial contest has reached a new stage. A functional, independent alternative is now available, and the balance of power has shifted in a meaningful way. The world continues to use the dollar, but it has also established an alternative route, providing a safety mechanism that alters the dynamics for all participants. The presence of this alternative introduces a new era of financial competition, innovation, and adjustment. To understand the current changes in global finance, it is important to look back at the rise of the US dollar and its path to becoming the dominant global currency. The dollar's leading role was established at the Bretton Woods Conference in 1944, where world leaders agreed to make it the primary reserve currency, supported by substantial US gold reserves. Even after the US ended gold convertibility in 1971, the dollar maintained its central position in global trade and finance, reinforcing its role in international commerce. This status allowed the US to run significant deficits and finance government debt with relative ease, as global demand for dollars continued. The infrastructure supporting the dollar, particularly SWIFT, the global messaging system for secure payments between banks, has been a key factor in its dominance. SWIFT operates within a Western-centric framework, which provides the US and its allies with considerable influence over the global financial system. Exclusion from SWIFT has become a significant financial sanction, as demonstrated in the cases of Iran and Russia, where access to global payments was restricted. This use of financial infrastructure as a policy tool has led other nations to seek alternative systems, aiming to reduce their exposure to US-led sanctions. It became clear that participation in the global economy could be influenced by US policy decisions. In response, emerging economies have increased efforts to develop a more neutral and resilient financial system, less reliant on the dollar and Western-controlled networks. The movement toward a more balanced and inclusive global economic order has its roots in this pursuit of financial autonomy. The BRICS nations have developed their own financial infrastructure, known as the BRICS Bridge. This system connects domestic payment networks and central bank digital currencies, allowing direct trade in local currencies. As a result, it operates independently of the US dollar and the SWIFT network. The BRICS Bridge uses distributed ledger technology to record transactions in a secure and transparent manner. The mBridge project, which includes central banks from China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the UAE, provided the foundation for this system. The BRICS Bridge offers faster, more cost-effective, and transparent transactions compared to traditional systems, and is accessible to other participants. Beyond its technical features, the BRICS Bridge also represents a significant development in international finance. In 2025, Brazil issued an executive order that marked a significant development in the country's economic policy. The order authorized Brazil's central bank to integrate its digital currency, the DREX, with the BRICS Bridge, introducing a new approach to cross-border payments. This decision established a parallel payment corridor for international trade, enabling Brazil to conduct transactions outside traditional systems and increase its financial autonomy. Brazil's move provides a practical example of de-dollarization, offering a model that other emerging economies may consider. Brazilian companies are now able to settle trade with partners in China, India, or Russia using local currencies through digital platforms, which reduces dependence on the US dollar and simplifies transactions. The legal framework established by this order provides regulatory clarity, supporting the use of the BRICS Bridge by businesses and banks. Other countries are observing these developments, assessing the potential benefits of connecting to the new network for their own economies. As additional participants join, the system's value and credibility increase, encouraging further adoption. The expanding network is facilitating broader adoption as more countries and companies participate, contributing to the system's resilience. Brazil's initiative has advanced the BRICS Bridge from a pilot project to a growing component of international finance, indicating a gradual shift in global financial practices. The BRICS Bridge introduces a significant change by enabling transactions to be processed outside of US regulatory oversight. Historically, global payments have often routed through New York, which allowed US regulators to monitor and influence these flows. The new system removes this central point of control. Payments between cities like Mumbai and Shanghai can now occur without visibility from US authorities. Transactions are settled in near real time, reducing reliance on intermediaries and associated costs. This results in lower expenses and improved cash flow for businesses. The system incorporates transparency, with all parties accessing a single, verifiable ledger. This approach helps to minimize disputes and reconciliation challenges. The technical advantages of the system encourage adoption, independent of political considerations. Economic benefits may further accelerate the system's expansion. The BRICS Bridge is more than a payment system. It's a tool for economic empowerment. It enables South-South trade without Western intermediaries, strengthening regional blocs. Countries like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Iran, and Egypt have joined the expanded BRICS Plus group. For energy producers, the ability to price oil outside the dollar is a strategic shift. Each new member increases the system's value for all. The BRICS Bridge is becoming a major pillar of global finance, not just a niche club. Nations are hedging, building options in an uncertain, multipolar world. The bridge gives them a say in designing the future of finance. At the center of this transition is the pursuit of neutrality. The existing system is often viewed as an extension of US policy, rather than a neutral platform. The use of sanctions and asset freezes has reduced confidence in the dollar-based system. The freezing of Russia's central bank assets highlighted these concerns for many countries. As a result, nations are reconsidering the security of their assets within a system managed by a geopolitical competitor. This movement is not primarily anti-American, but rather focused on national sovereignty. The BRICS Bridge is presented as a step toward a more balanced, multipolar financial environment. Reducing exposure to US policy risk is a key objective. The main appeal lies in separating financial systems from unilateral political influence. The BRICS Bridge presents Washington with a complex situation. Traditional tools, sanctions, SWIFT, dollar dominance, are becoming less effective. Sanctioning a BRICS Bridge member may encourage them to engage more with the alternative system. Aggressive strategies could have unintended consequences, prompting more countries to seek alternatives to US influence. The US has the option to enhance its own systems, but trust and neutrality are essential considerations. The era of unipolar dominance in global finance may be concluding. The US needs to adjust to a multipolar world, transitioning from dominance to influence. The BRICS Bridge is based on central bank digital currencies and distributed ledger technology. China's digital yuan is currently the most advanced, with India, Brazil, and Russia also making significant progress. Central bank digital currencies allow for direct and immediate settlement in sovereign digital money. All transactions are recorded on a shared, unchangeable ledger maintained by participating central banks. This decentralized system is designed to be secure and resilient without a single point of failure. In contrast to SWIFT's centralized approach, the BRICS Bridge is less susceptible to external political influence. Security is achieved through cryptography, rather than relying solely on institutions. The integration of CBDCs and distributed ledger technology is establishing a new framework for international finance. This technology is already in use and operational. The global payment environment is evolving at a rapid pace.